This episode is brought to you by FX's Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. Join host Evan Ross Katz on the official podcast for FX's new series, Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, and go behind the scenes with cast and special guests, featuring Sarah Pigeon, Paul Anthony Kelly, Grace Gummer, and Naomi Watts. FX's Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Brent Faiyaz, Wrong Faces. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we got a pretty good episode for you today. It's time to talk about some fucking R&B. It has been quite a while since I've talked about some R&B on this show. As y'all know, it's one of my favorite genres. I do apologize. The fucking wind's blowing crazy. But it is a beautiful day outside, and it is a beautiful day to talk about some goddamn Brent Faiyaz. Because this new album that I've been waiting for since 2025, Icon, is finally out. Yes, we will be reviewing a lot of tracks from it. Yes, we will be doing an album review. I know what you're saying. You might be like, hey, what about the J. Cole? What about part 2? Look, I know I kind of just, talked about J. Cole for 9 minutes, and then I kind of dipped. But I will be back to talk about J. Cole probably the end of the week. We'll see how everything lines up. But I want to talk about Brent Faiyaz because I've been waiting for this album. Valentine's Day is almost coming up, and it's a perfect time. We're about to be rotating because we got 2 albums that I will be talking about, later this year. This song right here, Wrong Faces, is the second track off the album, and goddamn, let's just talk about it. Let's get into it, starting off with the instrumental. I love the instrumental. I love this guitar loop. It's kind of got that, where, they lower the pitch on it, so you have that lower pitch guitar. Sounds pretty good. I think it works really well with the background vocals. Brent Faiyaz is known for that kind of chopped and screwed kind of effect. I do like how the instrumental sounds. Yes, it is a little simple, but there is moments where you hear that violin. There's moments you hear these kind of, really nice sampled R&B notes in the background too. So you do have other elements that's helping out this instrumental, which I overall really do enjoy. So I'll say overall this instrumental was really fucking nice. I like it. I like the drums. The drums have a nice fucking sound to them. Overall, Wrong Faces is one of my, I'd say one of my top tier instrumentals that I would say for this album. There is some better ones, I will say. I definitely do got my favorites. Because, yes, I've already listened to the album. And when I actually get done doing this review, I'm about to listen to the album again. And also I got another album that I got to listen to. We got more stuff to do. But I will say, I really like Wrong Faces instrumental. I think it sounds really nice, really fucking good.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Now let's move on and let's get into the first fucking verse from fucking Brent Faiyaz. Now, I want to talk about the hook, but I'll just save what I feel about the hook in the middle. Let's just talk about that first verse. Brent Faiyaz vocals are back. I remember when that Have To track came out, and that is one of the songs off this album. But, I do like the higher pitch vocals, the lower pitch vocals. But what I also do enjoy is Brent Faiyaz, his fucking raw vocals. I think this man can sing really good. And, the whole narrative about this being toxic R&B, that toxic sound, etc. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I think Brent Faiyaz can have really toxic lyrics. But, it's kind of like The Weeknd, It might have some shitty-ass lyrics, but, the music sounds really good. The vocals sound really fucking good. And then, when now you got Brent Faiyaz on Icon doing more kind of, lover boy R&B, doing that more love, actually talking about women in more of a positive light on here. When you actually have those elements now baked on here, this is what I've been wanting for a long ass time. I mean, for somebody who's, who's been into R&B, You know, I do like the toxic stuff. I think there's a place for it. I think there's a good sound for it. But what I also enjoy is, you know, where real R&B is. And this is some real-ass R&B right here. Now let's get into the hook. I really enjoy the hook. I love the background vocals that just, you know, come together as Brent Faiyaz sings the hook. I do like the lower vocals on the hook, too. I think that can just easily get stuck in your head. And then the whole wrong faces, you know, whole, like, you know, the way it's structured, I think the hook is one of the best, you know, newer Brent Faiyaz hooks that I've heard, that I've just really enjoyed. I think this is actually top tier, some top tier quality right here. And I think, you know, when you really talk about Brent Faiyaz, you know, with this newer sound, one of the things that I enjoy is the fact that, you know, you're actually getting Brent Faiyaz here to really open up, to really make some good-ass fucking R&B music. And when you have a hook that sounds this fucking good, those background vocals, Brent Faiyaz going crazy in the background too, having some mini-ass vocal runways just kind of, you know, sliced into here, you know, boom, there's a vocal runway, boom, there's a vocal runway, boom, boom, boom. Like, there's just these little moments that just really add up and just add to the fire. And then you get that second verse that comes in. Those vocals are really good. You know, the sound, the flow is all fucking there. You have those background vocals that just sound fantastic to listen to. I overall really enjoy what I'm hearing, what I'm sounding from Brent Faiyaz. I think it's really fire. The background vocals, too, just sound really just beautiful to listen to. So all of these elements that add up, you get a really good-ass R&B song that's actually, you know, I'd say a decent length. You know, you could say, does this song drag on? And I'd say, yeah, maybe this song does drag on a little bit, but, you know, as a R&B fan, as a Brent Faiyaz fan, I honestly don't mind how long the song drags on, because I want to hear more. I want to hear more singing. I want to hear more of this hook. You know, I want to hear more of these elements. So, overall, when we talk about Brent Faiyaz, Wrong Faces, the instrumental is just really fucking good. I like how it fucking sounds. And then you have a really nice hook that just has beautiful background vocals just really backing it up. Have some really nice verses that sound overall really fire. So overall, for a first little song that I just kind of pick off the album, even though there is a music video, Lyrical Lemonade music video too, which is really cool, I will say, for just picking a music video song, I'd say this is one of the best off the album so far. I'd easily give this song a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And thank you so much for listening to this podcast episode. It means the world to me. It means a lot to me, guys. Season 12 is doing so good, and get ready. We got more Brent Faiyaz coverage coming up, more single reviews, and we're going to be doing another artist that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, so get ready for that. And I'll see you later. You have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.